The first one was Swing Shift. So we did that and we met there, we fell in love, and then we got together and we had a baby.
The first time they met was on the set of Swing Shift. That's where the sparks flew. They fell hard, fast, and soon had a baby together. She could light up a whole room with just one smile. Goldie Hawn, America's Golden Girl, the Oscar-winning actress who made millions laugh, the woman everyone thought had it all. But behind that dazzling glow was someone searching for something deeper, something real. And hey, hit that subscribe button. It costs nothing, but it means everything. Goldie's been through the storm. 2 marriages gone, a heart bruised more than once, but she never lost that sparkle that made everyone adore her. Even now, at 79, she's peeling back the curtain on her private world, finally revealing the one man who truly saw her. The only person who made her feel fully understood. And here's the twist, it's not who anyone expected. Goldie didn't just stumble into fame, she was born for the spotlight. Growing up in a Jewish home in Maryland, she shared childhood laughs and secrets with her sister Patty. But few knew they once had a brother, Edward Jr., who passed away as a baby. That loss lingered quietly in the background, shaping a girl who learned to smile through sadness. At just 3 years old, Goldie was already twirling across dance floors, and by 10, she was stealing the show in the Nutcracker with the ballet's Ruse de Monte Carlo, performing like she owned the stage. By her teens, she was acting in Romeo and Juliet and running her own ballet school. Talk about ambition. She ditched college to chase the dream and made her professional debut in Can-Can at the New York World's Fair, a moment that kicked off her unstoppable rise. From there, she danced her way through New York's go-go clubs, catching eyes and hearts everywhere she went. It wasn't long before Hollywood came calling, and Goldie answered with that million-watt smile. Her big break came in 1968 with Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Her laugh was contagious, her energy electric. The whole country fell in love. That same year, she landed her first movie role in the one and only, genuine, original Family Band, showing she had more than just charm, she had range. Then came Cactus Flower in 1969, and boom, Goldie didn't just make it big, she made history. She walked away with both an Academy Award and a Golden Globe, proving she wasn't just funny, she was unstoppable. From there, hits kept coming from There's a Girl in My Soup to countless others, and Goldie Hawn showed Hollywood that she wasn't slowing down for anyone. Butterflies Are Free, The Sugarland Express, Shampoo, Foul Play, Seems Like Old Times. Private Benjamin. Goldie wasn't just starring in hits, she was owning Hollywood. That last one even scored her another Oscar nomination for Best Actress. She wasn't just shining, she was running the whole era with that iconic smile and fearless charm. From Overboard to Death Becomes Her, The First Wives Club, and The Christmas Chronicles. Goldie proved she could make anyone laugh. Kids, adults, even the grumpiest movie critics. But behind all that golden glow, her real life was way messier than fans ever imagined. Before fame wrapped her name in lights, Goldie had a few early romances. She dated actor Mark Goddard and singer Spiro Oris, sweet but short-lived. Her first deep, soul-level connection came with Gus Triconis, a talented dancer and actor who appeared in West Side Story. They met in the late 60 seconds while performing, and Goldie once admitted she wanted to marry him the very first day they met. That's how instant the chemistry was. They tied the knot in Hawaii in May 1969, sunshine, music, and dreams in the air. But as Goldie's star shot into the stratosphere, Gus's career started to stall. He couldn't find steady work, and suddenly their paths were drifting in totally opposite directions. Hollywood wanted Goldie everywhere, and that distance between them grew, quiet but constant, until it couldn't be ignored. By 1973, they were living separate lives. Goldie waited until New Year's Eve of 1975 to officially file for divorce, and by that time, she was already engaged to someone else. The divorce was finalized in June 1976, and just weeks later, she was a bride again. Her second husband, musician and actor Bill Hudson of the Hudson Brothers. Their spark didn't come from a movie set this time. It started on a first-class flight from New York to Los Angeles. It was fast, fiery, and felt straight out of one of her own romantic comedies. Goldie had always said she believed in love, and this one? It looked like her Hollywood happily ever after, at least for a while. They tied the knot on July 3rd, 1976, right in Goldie's hometown. The world saw it as a picture-perfect match, Hollywood's sweetheart and a charming musician. Together they had two beautiful kids, Oliver and Kate Hudson, both destined to light up screens just like their mom. But the fairy tale didn't last long. By 1980, the marriage had cracked wide open. Bill later filed for divorce, confessing that he'd felt uneasy even on their wedding day. According to Bill, he was head over heels, ready to give Goldie everything until she leaned in that very day and whispered, "Are you sure we did the right thing?" That question haunted him for years. He said he tried to be the solid one, the family man, but claimed Goldie wasn't wired for that kind of life. She wanted freedom, no fences, no rules, no old-fashioned marriage. After the split, things didn't calm down, they exploded. Bill said he was slowly pushed out of his kids' lives, and that pain hit him harder than any breakup ever could. He described it as losing a piece of himself. Meanwhile, Goldie's first husband, Gus Triconis, also spoke out, saying fame had changed her completely. He claimed she started hanging with Hollywood's elite, Barbra Streisand, Jack Nicholson, and that her vibe became wild and distant. He said it was like watching the girl he loved vanish behind the spotlight. And Bill, he didn't hold back either. He claimed Goldie's sweet, sunny image was just for the cameras, that behind the curtain she could be manipulative, selfish, and cold. He especially hated how she described their relationship years later as an open marriage. He said that was never true, and that she was rewriting history to make herself look untouchable. But what broke him most wasn't the marriage, it was losing his kids. Bill said that ache never went away, not even after the tabloids stopped caring. To him, Goldie was the Hollywood golden girl who shined in public but carried storms in private. 2 failed marriages, 2 men left bruised and both still bitter long after the cameras stopped rolling. Yet, through all that chaos, Goldie kept going. She raised Oliver and Kate with that same fierce drive that built her career, poured her energy into charity, and somehow found the courage to open her heart again. The twist? That new chapter started with someone she'd already met years before, Kurt Russell. Their paths first crossed in 1966 on the set of the one and only, genuine, original family band. Goldie was 21, bold, confident, already magnetic, while Kurt was just 16, still fresh-faced and focused on acting. Goldie later laughed about it, saying, "I thought he was adorable." But nothing happened, not then. They were too young, too focused, too careful to mix business with romance. That meeting could have faded into Hollywood history, but fate had other plans. 17 years later, in 1983, Kurt showed up for an audition for Swing Shift, totally hungover and nervous. And the moment Goldie walked into the room, he blurted out, "Man, you got a great figure." It was unplanned, raw, and real. And just like that, a spark reignited that would change both their lives forever. It could have been awkward, but Goldie just flashed that famous smile and said, "Why, thank you." That one playful line melted all the tension. What started as a bold comment turned into a spark neither of them could ignore. Their first date, straight out of a romantic comedy. First, they hit the dance floor at the Playboy Club, spinning and laughing like they'd known each other forever. Then they drove to a house Goldie had just bought, except she didn't even have the keys yet. So what did they do? They broke in together, giggling like teenagers. Inside those empty rooms, their connection caught fire until flashing red lights ended the moment. The police showed up and broke up their late-night adventure. Goldie and Kurt couldn't stop laughing about it later. They wrapped up their night at a hotel instead, and as Kurt later put it, "That was our first date. It was a lot of fun." That wild, spontaneous night set the tone for everything that came next. When filming for Swing Shift began, things got serious fast. Spending long days together only deepened the bond. Goldie admitted she'd always found Kurt handsome, but it was his honesty that really got her. No smooth lines, no games, just realness. She once said, "I could tell right away he wasn't a womanizer, and that alone made him stand out in a town full of fakes." But what truly melted her heart wasn't how he looked, it was how he treated her kids. Goldie brought Oliver and Kate to the set, and every time she saw Kurt play with them, she saw something different in him, something genuine. She later shared that he was amazing with them, a total natural. That's when she realized this wasn't just another Hollywood fling, this was family. By 1986, 3 years into their relationship, Goldie and Kurt welcomed their son Wyatt Russell, completing their beautiful blended family that already included Oliver, Kate, and Kurt's son Boston. But here's the twist, they still didn't get married, and they never felt like they needed to. In 2021, Goldie posted a birthday message to Kurt that said everything without saying too much. She called him a wild one, brilliant, lovable, childlike, perfectly maddening, a father supreme, and deeply funny. Then she added, "I can't imagine my life without you at any age. You're the catch and you're all mine." It was pure, honest love, no contracts, no ceremony, just commitment that stood the test of time. And their connection wasn't just at home, it was on-screen magic too. Their 1987 hit Overboard became a fan favorite for a reason: it felt real. Goldie played a spoiled heiress who loses her memory, and Kurt's character convinces her they're married. The chemistry? Off the charts. Fans couldn't get enough because it didn't feel like acting, it felt like them. Decades later, in 2020, the two randomly caught Overboard playing on TV and sat down to watch it together. Goldie smiled and said, "It was so fabulous how we started." That moment, just the two of them reminiscing, showed how strong their bond still was. Their connection lit up award shows too. At the 1989 Oscars, they walked out hand in hand to present together. Goldie turned to the audience and said, "We fit completely into the theme of the show because we're co-stars, we're compadres, we're companions, and we're a couple." Kurt grinned and added, "There's only one thing, we're not married." The crowd roared with laughter. Goldie shot back, "Is that a proposal?" Kurt teased. "Listen, we'll talk about it later tonight." She winked and said, "We will talk about that later." It was pure Goldie and Kurt, playful, loving, and totally unfiltered. By 1996, they were still going strong, showing up side by side at the premiere of The First Wives Club. Goldie was glowing alongside co-stars Diane Keaton and Bette Midler, and Kurt stood proudly by her side the entire night. Their kids joined them too, turning it into a full family affair. Every event, every red carpet, every moment, Goldie and Kurt didn't just attend together, they belonged together. They turned the spotlight into their own little family celebration, proving that real love doesn't need a ring, just two people who refuse to let go. Now they're grandparents to 7 kids, and somehow they've managed to keep that same spark alive through every twist life threw their way. They've laughed together, worked together, and stood by each other through storms and sunshine. A real team built on love, not contracts. They never had a wedding, but what they built was far stronger, a partnership that's lasted for decades. Back in 2003, Goldie shared something sweet with a reporter. She said she wasn't in a rush for anything, but she couldn't wait to be a grandmother someday because it would be so much fun. And not long after, that dream came true. Her daughter, Kate Hudson, became the first to bring a new generation into the family. On January 8, 2004, Kate and her then-husband, musician Chris Robinson, welcomed their baby boy, Ryder Russell Robinson, into the world. Kate was just 24, but she knew exactly what she wanted. She once said, "I want children early enough to really experience my parents young. I want my parents to see my kids graduate from high school." And just like that, Goldie and Kurt became grandparents, and the whole world saw their joy shine brighter than ever. The beautiful family moments just kept coming. In 2006, Goldie and Kurt hit the red carpet together in Italy for the Poseidon premiere. Fans went wild seeing them arm in arm, with Goldie glowing in pride beside Kurt, who had a major role in the film. At one point, he leaned in and gave her a kiss on the carpet, and the crowd lost it. They weren't just Hollywood icons, they were proof that real love still existed. Fast forward to 2016, Goldie turned 71, and the celebration was pure magic. She arrived at the iconic Catch LA with a huge smile, while Kurt carried a big wrapped present for her like an old-school romantic. But the most touching gift wasn't at the restaurant, it was waiting for her back home. Kate posted a heartwarming photo of a fireplace Kurt had built with his own hands in their new home. Her caption read, "My pa laid the stone. He put a big heart representing Mama, and I'm gonna say him too, with 4 little hearts representing us kids." That small, quiet gesture said it all. In their world, love wasn't about red carpets or grand gestures. It was about real effort, real family, and love shown through actions. In 2017, the spotlight was back on Kurt, this time for his big role in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Goldie showed up at the premiere glowing with pride, beaming at him on the red carpet and telling reporters, "I'm always proud of him." She hadn't even seen the movie yet, but being there for him was what mattered most. But just a few weeks later came the moment that truly melted hearts everywhere. On a bright May morning in 2017, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell finally got something they both deserved, their very own stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Standing side by side, holding hands, they looked like 2 kids who never stopped believing in love. Goldie later said the ceremony turned into a total love fest, admitting, "I didn't expect him to say those things. I had no idea he was going to be so beautiful." And she meant it, because when Kurt took the microphone, his words brought the crowd and Goldie to tears. Looking right at her, he said softly, "To you, I owe my wonderful life. Simply put, Goldie, I cherish you." Then he added, "All the stars in the sky on the boulevard can't hold a candle to that." The audience gasped and then melted. He finished with, "There's no one else I'd rather be next to for all of that than Goldie Hawn." They sealed the moment with a kiss right there beside their twin stars, a moment so pure, it reminded everyone that not all Hollywood love stories end in scandal or heartbreak. This one was real. Later that month, Goldie finally opened up about why their bond stayed so strong for so long, and what she revealed about their secret to lasting love left fans speechless. Goldie once said their secret came down to 4 simple things: love, gratitude, compassion, and accepting that sometimes, yeah, your partner can drive you absolutely crazy. She laughed about it, saying, "That's just part of real love." For her, it was never about fame or fancy headlines. It was about building a life together, step by step, with someone who truly fit her heart. Then in 2018, the magic duo teamed up again, this time in a holiday classic. Goldie and Kurt returned to the screen as Mr. and Mrs. Claus in The Christmas Chronicles. Fans lost it seeing them together again after all those years since Overboard. Goldie's role in the first film was small but sweet, and their son Oliver Hudson even made a cameo, turning it into a real family affair. By the time The Christmas Chronicles 2 hit in 2020, Goldie stepped into the spotlight as a full-on Mrs. Claus and totally owned the role. Kurt later joked about why they didn't work together more often. He said, "Goldie Hawn movies, and movies that Kurt Russell is in, are pretty different things. It's not mandatory just because you live with someone, love someone, and enjoy working together, that you should do 10 or 15 movies together. That's just who they were, careful, thoughtful, never forcing anything. And when they did join forces, it always felt like something special." That same year, their family grew again. October 2018, Kate welcomed her daughter, Ronnie Rose Hudson Fujikawa, making Goldie and Kurt proud grandparents once more. Their house was filling up with love and laughter, and soon they'd have 7 grandkids to spoil rotten. They often shared glimpses of their growing tribe: Ryder, Bingham, Rani, Bodie, Wilder, Rio, and Buddy, each one showered in affection and adored by the whole clan. In March 2019, the couple jetted off to Hawaii for Kurt's 68th birthday, and Goldie posted a heartwarming video of them walking side by side on the beach, laughing like they were still in their 20s. After all those decades, they still had that same spark, still teasing, still holding hands, still choosing each other every single day. By late 2020, the two sat down for a rare interview with People magazine and shared more of their secret. Goldie said, "You've just got to want to be together. It's not about the marriage, it's about the people and the will to stay together." She added that being next to someone you love, even something as simple as touching toes at night, is a feeling she never took for granted. Then came January 2021, when the couple added a brand new family member, a puppy named Roy Hawn Russell. Goldie posted a photo snuggling the little furball, proving once again that love is what truly fills their home, from grandkids to dogs to each other. Every year, every chapter, Goldie and Kurt just kept showing what a real partnership looks like, full of humor, teamwork, and genuine warmth. Their story wasn't built on headlines, it was built on loyalty and laughter. And if there's one date that defines their love story, it's Valentine's Day, the same date they first got together back in 1983. On February 14th, 2022, Goldie posted a heart-melting tribute celebrating 39 years with Kurt. Fans filled the comments with the same question they've asked for decades: why haven't you two ever gotten married? Finally, Kurt addressed it once and for all in a 2023 Variety interview. He said, "Everyone kept asking, when are you getting married?" Then he laughed and explained that he and Goldie always asked a different question: why would we need to? Their bond didn't need a ring to prove its strength, because what they built over 40 years was already unbreakable. Kurt once said it best, "Why does anybody care?" Even their kids agreed that marriage didn't mean much when the love was already real. Goldie later explained her side too, telling CNN that one of the biggest reasons they never tied the knot was divorce. She asked, "How many divorces haven't hurt children?" That hit home for her. She'd seen how broken homes left scars that fame couldn't hide. Then she said something that summed up their entire love story. "I like the idea that I can wake up in the morning and make a choice every day if I want to be here." That choice, that freedom, was their secret. For them, choosing each other daily was far stronger than any legal paper ever could be. By December 2023, the couple was spotted in Aspen, wrapped up in cozy winter coats, holding hands, and sneaking sweet kisses in the snow. Fans loved seeing them still so in love after all these years. They looked like teenagers on a mountain date. But only weeks later, their fairy tale took a dark turn. Goldie revealed something terrifying. Their Los Angeles home had been broken into twice. The first time happened while they were out at dinner. When Goldie got home, she said, "I walked into my closet and just lost it." Burglars had smashed open her safe, clean, professional, precise. They knew what they were doing. 4 months later, it happened again, only this time, Goldie was home alone. She heard a heavy thump upstairs but didn't realize until the next morning that someone had tried to break in again. The thought of what could have happened shook her to the core. After that, she and Kurt took no chances. "I'm never without a guard now," she said bluntly. Security became her new normal. Eventually, the couple decided to make a big life change, leaving behind their Malibu home and moving to Palm Desert for a quieter, safer life. Meanwhile, their daughter Kate Hudson moved into the old family house, keeping it in the family. Kate later opened up about her bond with her mom, saying she'd always been very codependent with Goldie because our family's nuts in the best way. That wild, loving energy ran deep in the Hawn-Hudson clan, but fans kept wondering what made Kurt the one. After decades together, Goldie finally answered that question in April 2024 on Conan O'Brien's podcast. She said it wasn't just his looks or his swagger, it was his devotion. She explained, "He matched my devotion to family, to being number one. That's what bonded us instantly." Through the years, that bond only grew stronger with Kate, Oliver, Wyatt, and a growing crew of grandkids filling their lives with laughter and chaos. Goldie later told E! News that what keeps love alive isn't just romance, it's connection. She said, "You have to have something good that creates belonging," before laughing and adding, You also have to be nice to each other sometimes. Goldie also got real about something most stars wouldn't touch: monogamy. She admitted it can be hard, especially in Hollywood, where temptation is everywhere. But she said what makes their relationship work is honesty. They talk openly, they don't pretend, and they understand that finding someone attractive isn't wrong. It's what you do with those feelings that defines your love. She described their relationship as having elasticity. It can bend, stretch, even face storms, but it never breaks. By 2025, Goldie and Kurt had been together 41 years. 4 decades of laughter, chaos, kids, and pure loyalty, still choosing each other every single day. And on March 2nd, 2025, they hit the Oscars red carpet, turning heads once again. Dressed to perfection, holding hands, sharing smiles that said everything, they looked like a couple that never lost the spark, never stopped loving, and never needed a marriage license to prove it. Goldie lit up the Oscars red carpet in a breathtaking yellow Dolce & Gabbana gown, glowing like pure sunshine, while Kurt stood tall beside her in a sleek black tux, timeless, confident, and proud. They held hands, whispered, laughed, and shared those little glances that only two people truly in love can pull off. Even after 41 years, they looked like a couple still in their honeymoon phase. When reporters asked Kurt how he felt about their long journey together, he didn't give some polished Hollywood answer. He just smiled and said, "I just love the fact that we met and we're still it. We still like being together, simple, honest, and straight from the heart." That line hit everyone right in the feels. They faced it all: break-ins, fame, wild rumors, big moves, and the chaos that comes with a blended Hollywood family, yet nothing ever broke them. Through all the noise and all the years, they kept doing what mattered most: choosing each other every single day. Maybe that's the real secret: not marriage, not perfection, just two people who refuse to let go no matter what life throws their way. So, now it's your turn. What's your favorite Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell moment? Drop it in the comments, hit like, smash that subscribe button, and stay tuned, because Hollywood's got plenty more wild and unforgettable stories still to come.